ideas from the songs I get. I've always said that I don't write my own songs because I feel I'm just a source. I'm just a tunnel, a tube through which they come. I feel somewhere in space they've all been written before. I mean, Billie Jean and Beat It and all those songs have been up there somewhere. It just came through to me. That's how I really feel. So I even though I did it, I just can't always take credit. It's like any great artist, I guess. Leonardo da Vinci. I mean, keep doing it, but it's some other higher force that's making it happen.
I done worked with people and told them my ideas. Like, I'm working with you, so I just want you to know what we gonna work on next. Yeah. And then I look up and they doing it, either with somebody else or for themselves. And I'm just like, what the type of freaky is this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had the wildest idea about ideas once. That what if ideas are a life form, and the way they manifest in reality is they get into a person's brain and then influence that person to take action to create them. The same way like a parasite will get into a grasshopper's brain, like like those aquatic worms, and they convince the grasshopper to commit suicide so that they can be born. Like weird shit happens with parasites. What if ideas are a life form? Because everything that exists that human beings have created, just think about the fucking immense amount of objects that we've created. All of them came from ideas.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And we think of, this is my idea, I had this idea, but we both know that ideas are very strange. They come to you in the weirdest of ways.
I feel like I'm channeling ideas from somewhere else, 100%. But I think,
have you asked questions about where from?
I believe we all are, though. You know, I believe we are we're vehicles for information that when it's ready to come through, it comes through, and the people who have good antennas pick up the signal. But if I'm sure you've had an experience in your life where you've had an idea for something and you've not acted on it, and eventually someone else does it. And it's not because they're doing it because you had the idea and they stole your idea. It's because the time has come for that idea. And if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it.
It's being broadcast by whatever the source is.
Whatever the source is.
You ever just had a really good idea come to you randomly one day? It was like $1 million idea where if you executed it the right way, it would make you very, very successful. But then out of nowhere, all these doubts or excuses pop up in your head, leading you to more than likely not even end up starting. And then eventually, before you know it, some time ends up going by and somebody else ends up doing the exact same idea that you had in your head. Well, that's because your ideas are not your own. They come from an eternal library that is composed of all the ideas from the past, present, and future. When you get an idea, you are quite literally receiving it. I mean, where do you think Michael Jackson's biggest songs came from? You think he said, I'm just gonna write the biggest song ever. I'm just gonna write all these songs on Thriller and it's gonna be the greatest ever randomly one day? You think he just used his brain to like will those ideas into existence? Nah. It was given to him from the heavens.
When you go about writing, what happens?
Songs come at the strangest times. I could be walking through a park or something and it'll just hit you. It's no set time that I write. They come. I wrote a song in the Concorde, 58,000 feet in the air, and I didn't have a tape recorder, so I had to remember it. And I got home and put it on tape, so they just come.
Where do you think the gift came from?
God.
How do you think a producer like Pharrell, despite being 52 years old, has found a way to produce some of the biggest tracks of the past 3 decades?
Don't stop making music. Let me explain something to you. Creativity is not coming out of you. Creativity is like the work of the universe. The universe, that's why they call them universities. The universe is a library. All we doing is checking ideas out. We can pretend that we being possessive, it was here before us, it's gonna be here after us. We just checking ideas out. And what you would have checked out on one day might not be what you would check out on the next day. So don't not make the music. Well, you got a library card that works, you use that card every day.
When you ask the universe for something, let's say it's $1 million. The universe will give you the $1 million, but it's not just gonna make $1 million appear out of nowhere. It will give you the idea to take the right actions in the physical to attract the $1 million. And whether that is you getting the feeling of you want to go on a walk one day and you end up saving a millionaire's life and he gives you $1 million. Or if it's just getting the idea to make the next Amazon and creating a multi-millionaire business, which is why you can't hesitate on an idea. You can't go next year or whenever I get the right amount of money or whenever this falls into place. If the idea was given to you, that means you are more than capable of that time doing it right now. Because everything, this camera I'm talking to you on, this iPhone or computer you're watching this through, if you're an Android user, what are you doing? I'm just playing. But everything that we have as realities right now was once just an idea. But if those people at that time, like, how do you think technology advances? If people just go, oh, this is a really good idea, but we're just not that technological, I just butchered that word, but if we're not that technological advanced yet, then how is it even possible? But everything starts with an idea. So don't think just because the idea you get has never been done before, or if it's complicated, don't think it can't be materialized, because every idea wants to be manifested. It's just that they need something powerful enough to actually pull it into the physical. And that is the gift of the human experience, which is us being that vessel. So if you're not going to act on an idea and give it the attention it needs, the same as people, it'll find somebody else who will. And this is why when you hesitate and don't act on an idea, somebody else ends up manifesting that idea. I say all this to say, act on ideas immediately, because they are not coming from you, but rather through you.
Do you think it actually is information coming from the brain? Or do you think, that the portal's being opened up and the information's coming from above?
I think that's more likely. I think the more likely is that the brain is an antenna. It's one of the things that creative people will always tell you. Like, someone sits down and writes a song, it just came from the air. They're getting things from somewhere else almost. And it's almost like you just got to get out of your own way. You got to put enough good juice out there in the world and take enough bad out, and see the world from a clear perspective, at least in these brief moments of creativity, and then things come to them. They just
With that, I'm Virgo. Go subscribe to my second channel and watch some of my content. I'll be reacting to pop cultures and crazy things that just happened, like, Charlie Kirk's death, or Young Thug's new audio called Glorilla responding, stuff like that, So go subscribe to that channel. I'm trying to get that to 1K before the end of this month. Also, my birthday is in 2 days. Not 2 days. By the time this comes out, actually my birthday is on Sunday. So yeah, this is actually dropping on my birthday. So tell me happy birthday today. You feel me? Yeah, I'm 20 years old. Thank you. Bye.
That's the right, drop the beat.